Hey guys, welcome back. Mike here. Hope you're getting a lot of value out of this alarm success series that we are bringing to you. You know, it's so important that you stay open to learning this skill and learning the new information that we bring to you. But no matter how good this information is, if you're not receiving it and practicing it and analyzing what we're teaching, it's not going to help you with your skill. Right? I don't know if you've heard from a gentleman yet. I think he's at least on one or two videos. His name was Ron, that he worked with us. He earned six figures with us. He drove a 350Z. He paid off his house early because of the alarm industry, the alarm sales with us, and actually built an addition onto his house. He's now retired. But one of the things that he said, he also secured over 2,000 homes with us. But one thing he said was, once I secure every single person I talk to, then I've arrived, right? And so what he's basically saying is until everyone he talks to gets a system, then he still is going to keep learning and learning and learning, right? So that is a real key to success, is never getting to a point that you arrived. We call that being a graduate, right? And some people are such graduates that you can't teach them anything. And you talk to them about the trainer mentions something or an idea or how to improve or so, and I know I got it. I know I got it. If that's in your vocabulary, you need to get it out so that you can be what? Open to learning, right? Because that's our goal, is to help you learn the skill. Because the better your skill is, the better ratio you're going to have with the little smaller number of people you have to talk to in order to secure a home, right? So stay open, take notes, man, write down things, record yourself, send yourself text messages. I mean, self-talk, do all the things that you need to get good at this, right? Call your trainer, talk to them, ask them to come to a meeting early, and you want to do your script, videotape your script, your presentation. Well, Mike, I'm not real, comfortable. What? Get over it. We want you to get good at this. Do whatever it takes to get good at it. So let's get into what we're talking about today. Is look at this bad boy drill. Look at how awesome this is. I can see sales reps drooling, waiting to talk about this, and the power it has, a lithium battery, the cool design it has, the power it has. I mean, there's so many things that you could talk about if you were selling this drill. So what would you say to sell this thing? Just right off the top of your head, what would you say? Right? Would it be about the design? Would it be about the drill, all the drill bits it comes with? The color. I mean, there's so many things. What do you think most salespeople do? They start telling a customer, if they were selling this drill, all about the drill, all about the Bauer name, all about why this is more powerful than the other drills. But let me ask you a question. Does anybody really buy a drill because they want a drill? No. What do they buy a drill for? They want a hole. But most sales reps want to talk about? The drill, right? Not the reason they want a hole, or the what's going to benefit them in their life, what's going to give them pleasure or avoid pain by having a hole. We rather talk about the drill because it's easier, because we know it, because we studied it, because we held it. All those things makes it easy to what we call throw up on a customer, right? But in reality, we need to be talking about what? Why they want a security system. Not necessarily the facts of the features and the benefits, but why, right? And I'm not saying that you don't want to bring up some of those things, but it always comes after. You want to bring up the features and the benefits after you find out the reason they want to buy it. So there's only two reasons people buy anything. If you weren't aware of this, this is very interesting. Everything that you own was motivated by two reasons, either to avoid pain or obtain pleasure. Everything. Think about that. It's pretty cool when you understand why people buy things. Let me give you an example on Friday, we had a customer, it actually was signed up on Friday, but it was Thursday, called and our rep and said, I was just robbed. I did not get the system from you when you talked to me like a week prior. However, I want the system now. You know, can you come over as soon as you can? And you will get those calls too. It's not the funnest sign up in the world, right? But they're a little edgy and concerned and so forth. However, where they are at, if you look at the scale, 0 to 10 avoiding pain or 0 to 10 obtain pleasure, they're at a 10 at avoiding pain. They have absolute reason. They are so motivated to avoid additional pain because they're feeling it right now. Right? Their biggest question isn't how much it is. They don't care how much it is. Their biggest question is how soon can we get this system installed, right? Because they're what? They're at that 10 level. Now, if you think about when you enter a home, they might be a little 1 or 2 in avoiding pain, or they might be a 1 or 2 in obtain pleasure, especially if the Ring doorbell came up. Home automation has really got us into more of the obtain pleasure area in addition to the avoid pain. Before home automation, we were pretty much in an avoid pain area, except for, peace of mind. That was obtain pleasure, sort of. But avoid pain, right? So we have a saying that says pain before packages. And now you understand what that means. If you have heard that statement before, is you do not want to go over prices until you get pain. The same reason when you're outside, you never want to bring up prices of packages. Why? People will try to make a decision based on the information that you give them, especially if you start giving them prices outside, and they're going to say, oh, we'll think about it. They give me a card. You haven't built the reason why they want the system, right? So you have got to get in the house. Remember, your first goal is to get in, right? And then once you do that and you do the, warm up and you do a little walk around, you say, hey, is there a place we can sit down? And I can share the packages with you and so forth. And you sit down with them, then you want to say something in this area. Hey, before I get into how awesome ADT is, let me ask you, have you ever had a security system before? Right? Find out if they ever had one. Why would you want to ask that? Because if they have had a security system, right, you could then follow that up with, oh, that's interesting. Let me ask you, do you remember the reason why you got that security system? And as they're telling you this reason why they got the security system the first time, the value is going up and up and up, right? Their reasons of why buying it. You're reminding them why they got the system last time, right? And if they haven't gotten a system, that's good information too, because there's a few more stories that you can share. You might spend a little time going through a story about burglary or police emergency channel, or the fire panic button that's on the keypad. So next question. Have you ever had a burglary, medical emergency, or fire before, or do you know anybody that has? Right? And if you were to ask me that, and I said, yeah, we actually have had a burglary, you don't want to move on to the next question. You want to stop, right? And say, oh, in your mind, stop saying, oh, really? Oh, wow. Would you mind sharing with me what happened? Right? Act sincere, interest in finding out what's going on. Why? Because if you ask me that, then I'm going to now have to tell you about what? My burglary, right? What happened, right? No matter what the story is. All right, if you come to my house and you don't ask me about burglary or fire, you've missed the boat, right? Because I've had both. We lost everything we owned when I was in the 7th grade. The only thing left at our house was a chimney. That was it, right? So that is huge of asking, have you ever had a burglary, medical emergency, or fire? Or do you know anyone that has? And get them in the stories, right? You have to think like, let me give you an illustration. Let's say you're going to the doctor for a sore throat, right? When you walk in, you go to the receptionist and you say, hey, I'm here for the appointment I just set for a sore throat. She goes, Oh, okay, great. And then the doctor runs out and says, okay, here's your prescription. That's not what happens, is it? First, they hand you 4-page blank documents that you have to fill out about your ancestors and everything that happened with them and their blood pressure. And I mean, just all the crazy questions they ask you, right? They're what? Finding out information. And then the nurse comes and takes you, says, "Oh, we got to get a few vitals from you. You know how tall you are. Jump on the scale. Let me take your blood pressure. Maybe put a thermometer in your mouth." Right, take your temperature, and then they go into put you in a back room, say, take your shirt off. The doctor comes in and what? Hey, what? Tell me the problem. Tell me the problem. Right? How long has this problem exist? What does it feel like? Is it all the time? Give me details. Let me look in your ear. Let me look up your nose. Let me hear your heart breathing, right? Breathe in, take deep breath, and ask you all these questions. And he says, okay, put your clothes on, then come back to my office. And he might even ask you a few more questions once you get to his office. And then at the very end, he does what? He gives you the solution, the prescription, right? We kind of have to think like that. We have to find out what the problem is. What's the reason they want security before we offer what? The solution. But what do most salespeople want to do when they sell? They know the drill, right? They know the security system. Man, they can beat their chests about ADT and man, they start in 1874 and the details of the motion detector and all this information. And I'm not saying that you don't need to know some of that but after you find the reason why people or sales reps want to skip this part is because they know all the technical information. This is asking questions and putting themselves in a conversation where they got to show interest, right? This is a little bit abstract, if you will. Whereas the drill, man, I can tell you the color, the feel of it, the ratio, the bits, the same with the security system. You can name it all, right? And you'll learn it very, very quickly. But that's not the reason, that they want a security system, and that's the purpose of these questions. You don't have to use all these questions. You want to adopt 2 or 3 of them, but you want to have them all in your arsenal, right? Being a sales rep is learning when to use what questions, but you're going to have 2 or 3 you're probably going to use every single time, right? Are you more concerned when you're home or away? That is one you absolutely gotta use, because there's no wrong answer, right? If they say, well, I'm actually more concerned when I'm home, right? What are you going to say? You're going to go right to the next question? No, you're going to dig deeper. You're going to find out why they selected that one. You're going to say something maybe like, hey, that's interesting. I have some people tell me home, some say away. Just out of curiosity, why are you more concerned when you're home? Tell me about it, or away, right? And they might say away. They might say, well, I'm in the military and I go to sea for 6 months and I leave my family here. They mean when they're away. But listen to that. He is concerned that when his family is at home. Is that a reason? That's a huge reason. That's a very, very popular reason, right? You'll say, wow, so you actually leave your family and your kids away for 6 months and they're pretty much here by themselves in the house to defend for the house and everything, right? Is that what you're telling me? Wow. Well, let me ask you. And you ask the wife, would that also make you feel comfortable too, having a system like that? Really? Wow. Okay. Here's another one that's not even on this list. Let me ask you. I mean, have you guys ever heard a noise in the middle of the night? We all hear a noise. Like, what the heck was that? Hey, just out of curiosity, what do y'all do when you hear a noise? Right? Get them thinking. Right? This is all thinking. These questions are gonna provoke ideas, right, in their mind about security and what we're talking about. All the while, what? Giving them more reason and value. The more reasons you can find from them that they give you, the more value they're going to have. This will be value, right? And the money will be way down here. It's only $1 or $2 a day, depending on what package that they select, but we still need to get the value, right? Do you travel? Man, what are they going to start thinking about? Wow, we leave our house at home. And they're also going to be thinking, I wonder why he's asking me this, because they're putting security with travel, which makes sense, right? Do you have kids? Wow, why is he asking about my kids? We're talking about security. Are they ever home alone? Right? Wow, they are. Never even thought about them being really home alone from a security aspect. Is there any security concerns in your house? Maybe they have a window that's low to the ground. They noticed that man, someone could just kick that in. Have y'all changed your front door lock yet? Right? Just a question. You're just asking them. If they look at you a little puzzled, say, usually a realtor will recommend to you when you buy your home to go ahead and change at least your front door lock so that, the previous homeowners didn't have old keys laying around or who knows what happened to them during the move. And also, are you familiar with Ring doorbell? So you can come up with more questions than these, but these are some really, really good ones that you want to know these and have them ready. Hey, so with that, remember, pain before packages. We want to find out the reason why. Make it a great day. You're a winner. Remember, attitude is the key to life. Stay positive, and we'll see you at the top.